It is that time of the year where we as in me, myself, and I, because I know how I am, where we do an annual gratitude post. And so I was sitting here thinking, what am I grateful for this year? And I'm going to break it down into a couple of sections. So let me start with the people I met this year. So human connection. You know, I can't help but notice how there's a number of people, in my opinion, who are lonely, and I mean lonely. We don't talk enough. We feel as if everybody has some sort of extra motive for reaching out. And some people do, that is true. But then there are those of us who just want to talk to other people. And so this year I started two podcasts, and was able to meet really awesome people this year. So in terms of human connection, let me just say this. I'm looking at a couple of holiday cards, and some of them are from family. So shout out to my cousin Kimberly, who sent us our holiday card. Absolutely loves it. Also received one from a young, I say young, well, everybody's young in my head, but a young lady, my dear best friend, Mael. Love getting her holiday card as well. Love that. And then there is another from someone I met on LinkedIn, David. Thank you so much for the holiday card. Absolutely did not expect anything. Because you meet people and you see them and you talk to them in real life, okay, in person. And you just don't really consider what can happen next. Now, I met David through another associate, Patty. And I gotta tell you, David has been in my podcast crowd consistently. And I just love how he supports me. It's just so interesting when you put yourself out there, not like that, but when you open yourself up to creating genuine human connections and relationships, all the things that could come from that. And I can tell you this, when I am struggling to identify where my Bible verse comes from, David always has my back, so I appreciate that too. I also have a card from Lynn of Wired for Love Designs. Absolutely loved that. I pray, as my friend Mael mentioned, that I'm able to get out next year and travel back to New York City, get back into the DC area, and see my friends, because I need to see them face to face, beyond a virtual community. There was also another person that LinkedIn was like, hey, you two should link up because she's a photographer, you're a photographer, you guys should get together. Peggy sent me this. Now Peggy is literally, she's kinfolk. She's kinfolk at this point. Love the gift that she sent. In case of emergency, break glass. Yeah, I gotta find a really cool place to put this with all my other beautiful things that work for the wine and the cognac and the whiskeys and the tequilas that we have in there. So thank you so much for that, Peggy. But I'm really amazed the number of connections I made this year. And let me not forget my accountability partner, right? Met Gary in April, and we have been hooked at the hip ever since. We meet on a consistent basis. We are expanding our accountability group as we go into 2024, but we have come leaps and bounds together. Crazy, right? So I am so grateful for all the connections that I made this year. Absolutely love it. Love them all. Yeah, it's nuts. It's just, who knows what 2024 is going to hold? Who knows? We're going to find out. So next on that list, it's going to be family. And I don't, it's not cliche. Family typically is going to be next on my list. My husband is again my biggest supporter, so God bless him for dealing with me and all my foolishness. But this year, after getting through most of the estate dealings from my dad, I had a chance to finally grieve. Now, people are thinking, but didn't your dad pass away in 2022? He did. But right after that, we went to work. I went to work, hitting the ground from here to Louisiana, back and forth, and doing so many other things that I didn't really get a chance to stop and put my arms around the current situation. And grieving is something that is different for everybody, right? Everybody grieves differently. So it's a blessing to have a partner who is patient with you as you're working through the grieving process. And it's just one of those things where, our family let go of more loved ones. His grandmother, Grandma Penny, passed away the morning of my birthday. So there's so much that goes on that you find yourself saying, for every day that I am given, for every moment that I could be in this world right here, right now, let me make the most of it. All this other stuff, it's not even that serious. It's just not. So I'm so grateful for that. And lastly, opportunities. I'm grateful for opportunities because I don't know how I did it, but we were able to again start 2 podcasts. We had season 2 of Small Biz Bites, season 1 of Girl Listen. We have a coaching learning podcast on Hugh Jack DMS, and the good Lord sent me a person who allowed me to create an indie TV show. Never saw that coming. So cannot overlook the opportunities that were presented to me this year. What next year holds? I don't know, but I'm excited. And for whatever comes my way, I am truly grateful. Now, if you want to share what you're grateful for, would love to hear it in the comments. And yes, I actually reply to all the comments, even the ones I don't agree with, because if we don't have a way to have a cordial and civil discourse, how do we learn? How do we grow? All right, see you guys in 2024, Lord willing.